Hi, everybody. Welcome to Creative Conversations. What's up, bro? Just waiting for some more people to come in. Waiting for our guest. Yeah, hold on one second. There we go. What's going on,
Hello.
sister, sister?
Let's make sure we're doing this right. I wasn't ready for the
Girl,
statement. Hold on,
I
let
was
me
on
back.
practice mode for like 10 minutes.
Sun is too bright. Hold on.
Perfect.
All right.
You're gorgeous as always.
Thank you. Look amazing.
Thank you.
Moisturized. You know how we doing.
The sun just beaming. Look at you.
I know I'm trying to get it's kind of hot as hell. That's why I had to put my glasses on, but I'll take them off in a second.
And no, you look great.
Thank
But
you.
cool down. Feel cool. All right. So, who are you?
But first of all, no, it ain't no who are we? What are we doing? What is this? This is
Oh,
called Creative
yes.
Conversations
You're
by
right.
Who
You're
Are
right.
You?
Creative Conversations. This is the second one. So, what with Creative Conversations, I want it to be nothing that's formal. Like, I asked her who she is because some of you guys may not know. So, I want her to explain who she is, what she does. But the basis of Creative Conversations is to be informal. I have really dope conversations with my family, my friends, um, that I'm realizing a lot of people have or want to have these same conversations, but we don't have them out loud.
Hmm.
And I feel like it's a way for us to come into community, to especially during this time, and to heal in community and being able to heal out loud and being able to inspire people and motivate people to do their artistry as well and create. It doesn't necessarily have to be that you want to be this big artist, but just something that you've always wanted to do, just to be
Yeah.
inspired to do that. And so this is the second. Again, I put episodes in quote because I don't want it to sound like a formal thing, but second
Yeah.
episode of Creative Conversations. And I'm here with my sis, who I've known. I don't even know how long I've known you, to be honest.
Um, don't give me the line, girl, because
I have no idea.
I remember what you look like. I don't even remember how we even connected, but
Yeah,
it's been about 20 years now, maybe getting
yeah,
there.
definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting there.
Damn.
But yeah. So I don't know how this works. I don't know if anybody's in the room how this works, but are we putting this we're linking it to the pages, right? So we can just talk. How
Yeah, I think
okay.
that we go live, like it shows up on your page and my page, so whoever wants to join, they can. And
Okay,
then,
got you.
yeah.
All right. Well, I am created by Queen Loany. I am from Charlotte, North Carolina, basically. At this present moment, I am a digital pop artist, is what I coin it, where I just kind of make art that is centralized around pop culture, but also inspiring as well and relating to our spaces and places that we can resonate with. Um, and I think I'm about to start really leaning into food. So we're going to put a pin in that. But as of now, I do the artistry online, digital, and in person. But yeah, that's what I'm considered at this point in my life.
That's one of the things I love about you, though. You've always adapted from any medium, any outlet, as far as when it comes to artistry. It's all art, whether it's food, whether it's digital. You started, I would think, photography, right? Was your first.
Mhm. For the most part,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, started with photography, and but to be able to, and this is another message that I love within the journey, is being able to put all the pieces and puzzles of our lives and experiences within our lives together, and when
Hmm.
it comes together into who you really are, and not to say really, because those parts were who you are too.
Yeah, it's just evolving into more like each
Exactly.
piece plays a part in your makeup, basically.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
you to be able now to do your own photography for your food, to do
Yeah.
your own graphic work, to all these things that just align together, which I love. So that's dope.
Appreciate it. And
You're
you
welcome.
we got the same vibes too. So that's why we connect and we stay connected.
Exactly.
Because we're gonna allow ourselves to evolve. My thing is I'm not going to typecast myself into something I'm no longer to produce or be inspired by. We gonna go to the next thing. And after photography, what was it, digital art? And I said I would never do graphic design, baby. I would never do any of that. I'm just strictly a photographer. And lo and behold, what was it, 2020, COVID kind of amplified a whole new chapter. So,
So
yeah.
what made you, I know you say so COVID 2020, but how did you get into like graphic? Like what, yeah, like what
I don't
sparked that?
know. I don't know if I saw something online. I don't know if it was just a matter of like realizing I needed a new medium because I wasn't shooting as much while I was pregnant. And I wasn't really inspired to shoot as much while I was pregnant. So I did like my last photo shoot out. It was actually a maternity shoot. I was shooting somebody else that was pregnant.
Mm.
Um, but it was so damn hot, and I was just like, oh, we have to stop this now. Like I can't keep going on site and shooting. So then I just kind of was in the house, just getting ready to have a baby.
My
And
godson King.
yeah, your godson Kingston. And just being online, I guess, at the time we didn't have so many of the, I don't know, I feel like Canva was just starting. We just had so many different
Hmm.
apps to play with, and I just started playing with so many different apps and created, I think, the ODB piece first. I
Hmm.
think it's Bobby, but the one that went viral is the hair piece.
Yeah.
So I just kind of stayed in, and it was easy. It was like almost as if something was telling me to do. I didn't know that I was going to produce what I produced by the end of the art piece. Like it just, I was just pumping them out, pumping them
Yeah.
out, pumping them out. And I don't know how I had that much bandwidth to
Yeah. Yeah.
create different things. But now I'm at a point where I'm like, I've been like paused and to be more intentional with the work.
That's
So
right.
I slowed down a little bit and I want to create more full pieces. So yeah, that's
When you
where
say
I'm
full pieces, like, what do you mean?
like, and this is no disrespect to those who I built relationships with in this realm. I'm kind of done with flyers. Um, I'm done with creating designs that when I am presenting the final piece, I'm being told that something needs to be changed. Because to me, it's artwork. It's not
Mhm.
a graphic designer's like thing where they're just doing this as a job. I feel like what
Mhm.
I create is really art, and I know it's hard for people to recognize that in the digital space. I mean, they seeing a little bit more now, but I realize it's hard for people to recognize art being taken serious in the digital space. So I think I was up against that for a long time because you just assume that she creates digital pieces, so she can just do a flyer or she can do this. But the conversations we done had. I'm keeping it real cute on live
No,
because I don't
oh,
know,
this
you
is
know what I'm
what
saying?
we
But
gotta be real.
like,
'Cause
I don't understand. I just feel like I create art, and so I'm kind of tired of the just create this little thing for this little moment. Like I want to create pieces. So I think that's where I am now, and I want to be more intentional. I want to create pieces that tell a story that is felt, like not just just little.
one-offs and
Yeah,
just,
one
but
offs is
you
not.
naturally, it's funny that you're naturally going into the direction that I like. Once I heard, but that's how we talk. Once I heard you
Yeah.
started talking, it was like everything was clicking. And so I was gonna ask you, what, like, how did you get into like black art and what at what point did it become right. So last creative conversations I had said that when I did that orange boot and it kind of like went viral,
Hmm.
um that wasn't my intention. Like I literally created it because it was something that
Right.
I it just happened. I didn't know, like, I don't know, it just happened. Created it, put it out, and now I'm trying to fulfill the demand of all these people
Yeah.
wanting these boots or wanting now
That
custom boots
style.
and like
Yeah.
yeah. So and it kind of took not kind of it took away like the passion for it because I'm like, yo, I didn't do this for this reason,
Yeah.
but
It
I
was
still
more of
want
like
to
a creative
create.
outlet. Hmm.
Yeah, but I still want people to like purchase my art. But I
Right.
just,
Right.
it's weird. It's I
Yeah.
don't
No,
know.
it's,
It's
and it's
just that I
not
don't work.
weird.
I don't want to. I don't work for people. You know what I mean? Like in a way,
Yeah.
like if you there's so many artists in this world, like with different styles. So if you're coming to an artist and you like that artist style, then that's what you
Expect
should be
to,
get exactly. Like
yeah,
don't be
like
trying
don't
to.
reference an entire different artist style for me
Yeah.
to like replicate. And I've had that happen a lot over the course of this journey, and I realized I didn't like it. Like some people like that. Like some people like to have a reference and then just kind of like build from that.
Hmm.
Having a reference completely messes me up because now my brain can't even process what I would have originally have done
Naturally.
had I
Yeah.
not been intercepted by this idea that you brought me from another artist. So I'm kind of over that stage.
Yeah.
that
No, I
stage.
get it. I get it.
And like you were saying, like you get to a point where you don't want to necessarily be a service to people. Like I want to service to people and like being inspiring and like
Right.
sharing my art for free. You don't have to always like buy something from me
Right.
to be inspired, but you just once you get in that cycle of being a service to people, it's like it's never ending. And then once you become dependent on the finance that comes behind that, then
Now
it's
you're
even
chasing
more.
that.
Now you're chasing that, and now
Yeah.
you're really unhappy because you're like, damn, I'm happy I got paid, but do I really even feel like doing this today? Like, you
And
know what
that's
I'm saying?
the thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So once you become a service, I feel that's when the creativity dies. But we have to utilize our talents in these cases more so than
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
to create funding for ourselves in this life. So you just got to find a balance in it. But yeah, you already know how I feel about being a service to people.
Yeah.
It too much access. I'll be like, ah,
Yeah.
you gotta, bitch, I'll give you your money back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even. We're not gonna even take it there. You can
A
get your money
hundred
back
ten
and
percent refund. Okay.
one way. All right, you ain't got to worry about me. You ain't got to worry about me. Okay, but yeah, I'm excited in the pivot that I see both of us moving into as far as like being the artist versus being like the service.
Yeah. And I don't even have the energy anymore to like put up not even one mask. Like
Yeah,
I'm just over like even in my and it's crazy. I don't want to say even in my day to day life or my everyday life, like
yeah,
everything should be one, and that's the point. Like I don't want to
yeah.
feel like I have to put on for anything. Like
Hmm. I mean,
and
that's where we are. I feel like the energy is in the world. Because I mean, you can only put on for so long, right? You can only like pretend to be this well kept person that has life all figured out, and you can coach me for $1,000 um per book, right? Like
girl,
we're kind of getting away from believing in that and more into believing in ourselves because we want to feel what we want to feel, not what people are telling us what we should be feeling. So I think we're all in this energetic space. What's going on, girl?
fucking burnt myself in an instant.
Not good. Not on the ambiance.
God damn. Okay, well, white skin.
Listen,
That's all right.
yeah,
But yeah.
leave this candle open.
Yeah, yeah. I'm done with that.
Yeah.
But also wanting to like knowing that everything is changing, right? So
Mhm.
also not being like I don't. I'm not on the news every day, but I am aware of what's going on. So also
Yeah.
like, but not letting it like take over me, but
Yeah.
also knowing that with what's changing outside also has to change within
Mhm.
what I'm doing and the way that I do things,
Mhm.
which is evolution. Like you need to grow and you
Yeah.
need to adapt. And especially as artists, that's like, you know, the zeitgeist, being able to adapt to the times and reflect that. Um, so yeah.
Yeah. So
I,
what's the question, Mitch?
I don't know. I told you it's not formal.
Listen, you
So
know what it is? You know what? It's hard for me to like talk to you in this space because in spirit of taking the mask off.
take it like I'm not.
But you know, I don't, you know, I don't want to, cause bro, like everything is unfolding in real time. Like we just the U.S. president of the United States, that is not us, has bombed an entire like I'm. It's too real out here. It's
Not
too
for
real
nothing.
to.
I'm not for, like, what was I doing? Yes. Oh, working. I was
Mhm.
working. And so when I saw it, I was like, what?
Mhm.
But then it also made me feel like, yo, even with the genocides and everything going on, like, yeah, we're not paying attention or we're not saying anything, we're not doing anything, it's happening over there. But yo, I looked outside my window like, yo, at any moment,
Mhm.
God forbid, at any moment,
Something could happen.
any moment,
Mhm. Some type
like
of
it's
retaliation.
very real out here.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um,
So, what's the landscape? How you have you been out today in New York? As far as like after all of this, is it kind of
I
just
haven't been
okay?
outside today. Um, I tell you, when he got elected, that shit was crazy in New York. Like when I tell you, I got on the train, I, it was such a dreary feeling. It was so
You know what? I think it was a dreary day. I think that day really was like nothing but gloom, clouds. It was raining
nobody. There
always.
was no noise on the in the
Mm-hmm.
train stations. There was no noise on the train.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was looking at each other. Everybody was looking down. Like it was. It felt like a movie.
Yeah.
It was so crazy, but I don't. You
You
know,
here now.
yeah,
You
we here
here
now,
now.
and
Yeah.
out of all,
That's why I was like, you know, I was just volume like ask like should we speak today?
your phone going, your
Because
service.
and,
All right, I can hear you now.
yeah.
Would you say that
I
again?
was like, should we speak today? Or
I
would
know.
we?
I was thinking that, but then I was like, but this is what this is about, right?
Yeah.
So you have to have a balance. You can't sit in front of the TV. You can't sit on social media. You can't sit, whatever, however you get your news, and just consume, and sit
Mm,
there and just, you know,
act as if nothing else is happening.
yeah,
But also to that, because I was gonna text you and be like, is it tone deaf to like just move into this space? But then I thought about it, and it's almost as if like it's important that we continue to kind of live out loud. And I don't want to say the wrong things, but it's almost like, bro, as a collective, as a community, we knew what would come of this person being in this space. And I think that we're not, we're shocked at what happened. We're just not surprised.
yeah.
And so with that, it's almost like we've already have gotten on this train of like, well, I still got to live my life. Because we knew to pull something like this, and y'all with. So I don't know. It's like we don't know what else to give y'all other than just living in our
And
joy.
even more so as Black people, like as much shit, and
Mm-hmm.
we're sitting here like, what the fuck? As far as
Mm-hmm.
the votes and everything, it's like, yo, what do you want me to do?
I don't
Like,
know.
I'm,
I don't
I'm
know what else to say to y'all.
what do you want me to do? Like, I'm
Yeah.
doing what I need to do within my community, within, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
Because
if
I mean that's all
everybody,
can be done at
that's
this point.
all we can do. And if everybody focus within their community and building their community and stop worrying about, I think that's the thing too. Like, there's a place where we get as artists again, where we're trying to accommodate the artists that or the audience, and we're
Mm.
putting things out, and we put something out, and we just sitting there waiting for it to fucking pop
Mm-hmm.
off, and just and then we
Yeah.
get mad when it doesn't because you only
Mm-hmm.
posted it that one time, or you only
Mm-hmm.
you think that the people that are following you, it's never going to be the people that are following you, guys, never. Like,
Yeah.
you're going to build more people after that, you're going to have a community after that, but 9 times out of 10 it's the people that you went to high school with, probably. It's the people that you grew up with in college or whatever the case, most of the people that are following you.
Mm-hmm.
Build your own communities and
Mm-hmm.
don't even worry about, be passionate about the art. Don't worry about trying to
The outcome
appease, yeah, the
or
outcome.
the
Like,
expected outcome, because that's going to disappoint you every time. I think for me, I mean, I was on that wave after a while.
we all do.
When I started, so much of it came so fast. So when the energy started to decline,
Hmm.
you could recognize it because it was so heavy on the
Yeah,
initial pullout. So then you kind of get down on yourself like, okay, am I not producing, or is it not is it not resonating, or like you just start questioning your own artistry. And that's what happened with the affirmations. I put the first one out and it was like the 21 likes, and I was like, damn, like I don't want to be a first. But then of course a year or two later
yeah,
is like moving like hotcakes. So I mean, it's just a matter of, like you said, building your own world. I was talking to my husband, and that's just where I'm at. I don't care if I get 9 likes. Like, I'm just building my own world, and you are welcome to come, because I've gotten to the point that I've gotten so tired of the redundancy of content, and like these cookie cutter energies that like copy the next energy, and then like we're getting the same style of girl, or we're getting the same style of guy. Like, we're not getting a landscape of different energies, and everybody is being told that their content has to look like this and be packaged like this in order for it to move. And so I'm just kind of over that. Like, I'm
absolutely.
bored. And I've
Bored.
gotten so bored with how everybody's producing their content, because it's so much the same thing, that I just started just pouring into myself and doing what I need to do. And even if it's not perfect, no, I'm not a producer. I'm not like a videographer. So no, my reels aren't going to be perfect, but damn it, it don't look like Ashley forever. Like, uh, everybody looks the same, and I'm kind of sick of it. So that's just where I'm at, like building my own world. And like I said, you are welcome to come. You're welcome to decline. Like, this is more exciting than just constantly consuming people doing the same thing as the next person. If I must use this platform as a tool or a space to commune, I will much prefer everybody have a little bit of originality, like it used to be when we
Hey,
first got on
man, remember
Instagram.
when we
Yeah.
used to like post on
Mhm.
Instagram and our doing what everybody does now, but it wasn't like I actually enjoyed it. I mean,
So it's like how we used to post on Instagram is like how people post dumps. Like,
yeah.
all the stuff people want to just put in their dumps because it's not aesthetically pleasing to be the first picture, and all the shit that we done got accustomed to doing. That was just on our page with a filter on it. Like, and I wish it was just as simple as that. But everybody got this whole idea of being like the next person is going to help them sell. And that's another thing that kind of I'm weary of, is like when people are selling all of these packages and things, like, are we just selling one style, or are we kind of tailoring it to the person that you're selling to? Like,
What you
what
mean
works?
packages?
So I feel like people are like doing a lot of like brand packages,
Oh, yeah.
telling artists how to be, telling content creators how to be, but they all end up being the same. I think that's a thing too. And I wish that people kind of get off of that unless you're like literally sitting down with people and tailoring this energy to who you are sitting in front of versus like I just build a package based on what every other
Right.
content creator is doing.
But
Um,
even that, that's again a whole, even if you sit down and tailor it, that's a whole nother mass, right? Because you're now creating this character for this
mhm,
person. And instead of motivating or inspiring them to figure out
their true self
their
and
true
pull that
self.
out. Yeah.
Right.
And I think it's just, I don't know. I think we're all exhausted. That's it. I mean, you can see it in my damn eyes. Like,
Girl.
I'm exhausted because everybody's doing everything all the time, Lord. Like, it's just so much like, do. And like,
And everybody has to be the main character.
yeah. And
And
I'm
I'm
like,
not like against, I'm not, I battle with this all the time because I'm like, everybody has a right to shine. Everybody has a right to,
absolutely. They need to.
you have to.
Hmm.
But at what point do we have, and I don't even want to say regular people, you know what I mean? Like I conflict myself with this. At
Yeah.
what point do we like
Just be normal.
just be
Like,
normal?
I'm not
Like,
producing anything. Actually, it was so funny. I was at an event, and the young woman, she sat beside me and she was like, she's like, so what you got? What's going on next? I said, absolutely nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. I don't have anything planned that, that I'm aware of that the universe isn't working out. Like, I don't have
hmm
anything outlined as like my next big goal necessarily. Like, I'm just kind of letting things, I have ideas,
hmm
but I'm just letting things kind of flow because like I said, I'm so exhausted with all of this amplified energy and it feels like a rush to get somewhere because the whole world is in a panic. And so now we're like, oh, let me hurry up and be somebody.
hmm
I gotta be somebody. And instead of just existing and however that flows and however that comes and just, allow it to be. But it's exhausting. It's getting really exhausting in this space. Because nobody wants to just be themselves, and sometimes being yourself isn't loud and it isn't like always showing you. Maybe let's see some other things you into, like
Exactly.
like post something
Exactly.
else aside from just your face. Like let's see some things that you like
Exactly.
that's what just Instagram used to be for
Yeah.
creators, like showing the other sides of ourselves. But we've all gotten caught up in like you said, that main character energy where we have to like shift our lives to like, and my page looks like it too, but I'm just a creative photographer, so it's gonna look nice anyway. But
Yeah. I
I just feel like
wouldn't.
it's just something that people have to like break away from a little bit and do it in their own way if they must, um, because everybody's starting to look the same and starting to get a little boring.
And
And
it's
then
even different. Like I can tell like when your energy shifts within your like work and your
mhm.
page, like it's just a whole nother like I love it. That's what I said. I love how you adapt to things. Like it's just a whole nother like no,
it
no,
rem-
no,
it reminds
start
me
over.
it reminds me of being a little girl, and I would always like rearrange my room,
Mm,
and it has to like be a different feng shui.
mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's the same for me in like the phases of my life that I'm like moving into and through. Is that like each feng shui requires a different like energy that I'm like evolving into, and I like to show that as I'm
Yeah.
moving into it. Um, but also it's very important to just be that. And that's like honestly, once I get these decks out and about,
Mm-hmm.
the break is happening because
Mm-hmm.
I think that I'm so ready to just like exist just out and not so like caught up in this space. Because the energy is so much better outside, y'all. Like,
It really
like the
is.
people we meet,
It
like
really is.
anytime we go out, we meet new people, we talk and we learn new things, and I just feel like that's where I want to lean into in this season. And I think it's important that we all kind of like lean into being a little bit more connected
Hmm.
because this shit gonna drive us crazy. And then they got it to a point where they constantly funnel what
Hmm.
they want you to be mad about, what they want you to
Oh,
see,
absolutely.
what they want you to do. And
The
I'm so,
propaganda.
yeah, I'm
But
over it.
and that's what, like, I think working in the market with Chelsea Market, which is an international market, is what like inspired this also because
Mhm.
I'm talking to people from all around the world.
Yeah, yeah.
It's incredible. Like I love
Real
connecting.
connections.
I
Yeah.
love connecting,
We
and
forgot that.
I forgot that, and it shows more of my personality. One, like
Hmm.
I'm so stuck on like, again, like you said, my page has to be curated a certain way.
Hmm.
No, I can't dance because hey,
Yeah.
I got to drink my tea with my
You're gonna
pinky
be
up. Like
judged.
fuck out
Yeah.
of here. And so that really, that connection really was like, oh man. And then I sit there and again, people from London, people from Paris, whatever,
Mhm.
and we're having the same conversations and I'm having chills and they're getting chills and it's like,
Mhm.
yo, damn. And you're a different ethnicity also. So it's like just culturally, collectively, we need to connect.
Engage, yeah. And I, like I said, this just feels better. And now I'm a recluse. Like I like staying in my own little zone in my own space. But
Same.
in this season, I'm ready to connect. But I still have my boundaries. You
Oh,
know what
absolutely.
I'm
That's why
saying?
I was kind
But
of pausing because I was like, I love to connect, but
it's
I hate people, but I love to connect.
yeah, it's still hard because
It's
it's
still a
like
balance.
yeah, because you know what? It's still like trying to figure out how much of yourself to give to certain
The discernment.
relationships
Hmm.
because adulthood is different than like growing up and connecting in your 20s and your like teens. It's not
Yeah.
the same like thing. So you can get invested fast in adulthood and you can have a lot of and people in yourself can have a lot of expectations
Hmm.
in adulthood because you kind of like built the core of your person, so you know what you want to tolerate, what you're willing to deal with, and what you expect friendships to be. So I think that's been kind of hard for me to like jump back into. So, I keep my same
No,
handful.
absolutely. I
But I
was talking
am
to, oh,
go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was talking to my godmother literally right before I came on about this and about like my inner child, like really, she's here. Like she's out
Mhm.
now
Yep.
and she's wanting to heal from all the things that she's experienced. And
Mhm.
I think that we are so caught up on like the journey, the journey, the journey, right?
Yeah.
Now, before it wasn't always the journey, the journey, the journey. It was like
We're
the
here right now.
result, the result, let's the end
Mhm.
point, the end point, the goal, the goal. Now everybody's on the journey. But then I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, I've been journeying for a long time now, right? And there's something else I'm missing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it's the phases of the journey.
Mhm.
We don't realize that there's different phases to our journeys. And like you said, you get to a point where what is it that we're learning? Like, right? We keep
Yeah.
on going, we keep on going. How are we in the present moment? How are we experiencing? Like
Mhm.
what when are we experiencing?
Yeah. And are
So
we
yeah.
even creating real memories in this space? Are we capable of creating real memories? Because me, with my photographer spirit, I'm always like, oh, I gotta catch that moment. I gotta catch that
Hmm.
moment. I gotta, oh, it's so good. Like, and I'm always gonna do that, but you just still have to find balance in it. Um, but yeah, I'm just in that season of wanting to connect more. It ain't gonna be with everybody.
No.
It ain't gonna be with
No, no.
everybody. But I am on this journey of seeking a little bit more like-minded individuals who um I don't want to say as deep as like safe space because I'm not even trying to build like deep relationships yet unless it just kind of unfolds in that way. I'm not like preparing for deep
But
relationships.
just authentic
But
and
just
like
yeah, something that
organic.
feels relationships and friendships that feel safe, even if it's just surface. Just still kind of
Yeah.
like be a real person. And that's what I want more of, and I hope that that's where we're all getting to with respect to the energy of the world right now. Because life is fleeting, and you just never know like which way this shit can go. So
And we need each
it's
other
really time
now
to
more than
connect.
ever.
And that's why I wish he was here. Um,
I know.
'Cause it's so I can count on one hand who be in my phone, and even more so now that my phone crashed. But yeah, um, it's really hard to connect when people aren't allowed to be themselves, and that's to me what
Yeah.
I hope that I inspire as people are attracted to this side of the world.
Hmm.
Um, because if I'm going to be around people, I would like for them to be who they are. I would like for them to not morph into something else right before my eyes, depending on who they're dealing with. Like I would
Hmm.
like to feel safe in knowing that this is the person that was presented to me, and we build from there. As far as even friendships and business relationships too. I
Especially
think.
as you're a growing artist, right? And
Mhm.
so, guys, we can tell when you come on for clout. Like that's,
Oh God.
it's not like, it's not
And that's
hard.
yeah, and that's why I had to build boundaries around what am I producing? Like what are you? Like are you the digital designer that's gonna keep pumping out flyers for everybody because you need this money right now, or
Hmm.
because you want this money right now, or are you going to stick to your guns and be the artist you need to be and build the relationships that you need to build?
Hmm.
And I- the one the one relationship that I have, business, but also as it kind of morphed into somewhat of a friendship, is with Michelle from Alabama.
Oh yeah.
And I've kept her on as a client, not because, like, just because she's doing stuff, but because it's like that was the first time I've been able to build a connection with someone. And it's just natural that they are continuously around.
Hmm.
And so when they show up to me, it's not to ask me for the thing all the time. Like, oh, I know you do.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah, yeah.
ask you for this thing. It's also like, hey, how's everything? How's the fam? Like, and I don't expect that from every business relationship, but I realize
But you
that
respect
I've
it.
got more out of relationships that were built in a way where we can be human towards each other and not just so transactional. And I like those. And typically those are the most consistent ones,
Hmm.
because me and Michelle's relationship started, I want to say, what was that, 2019?
Yeah,
And still to this day, as she evolves, the art that she needs evolves. What she needs out of the art now evolves. So it's
yeah.
like we grow together versus like just a transactional thing where you're telling me what to do, and you know what I'm saying? It's I don't know. Now once I
No,
started
absolutely.
feeling those type of energies, because she's not the only one, there's a couple more. I'm like, oh, this can exist in a way that I need my artistry and my service when I
Hmm.
do provide it to exist, and that's how I like that to look, keeping people on board,
Yeah.
not just constantly building, just connecting because this person do this and this, and I really want to hear like what we creating, and but what does it mean? Like don't just click up just to be,
Just
oh,
to be
you hot
making
right
them,
now.
yeah.
Do we even align? Does my artwork even match
Right.
what you want to produce? And that's another big thing I've been running into. A lot of people like my art as I'm doing it for myself. But then when they try to tailor it to themselves and their brand and their things, it doesn't really pan out well for them and sometimes their audience, because it's just
That's
not
just not their
it's
energy,
not
their
their
aesthetic.
energy.
Yeah.
And so that's another thing that made me kind of pull back and like come back into my own world and garden my own, I mean, water my own garden, because no matter how much I did it for everybody else, it didn't translate the same.
Translate.
It didn't even get the same reactions, right? Even though it's not about the result. For brands, it is. But you like my art so much, you saw it traveling, you saw it moving, but it doesn't
It,
mean that it's going to work for your audience. And it got to a point where I had to start going into conversations with potential clients and telling them like, listen, this might be hot right now,
hmm
but I'm going to go ahead and let you know, like, it may not translate for the long run only because of just the style. I'm gonna be honest,
Right.
but it's gonna always
Absolutely.
work for me.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
mine,
Because that's your
So
style.
yeah, so I don't know. I think that those business relationships that are built on transaction are cool, if you want to make it cash. But I think once you start leaning into like being intentional and moving with purpose, you can still get what you need out of those spaces as well. You don't have to always like worry about doing the next thing for crumbs here and there. You can
And
really
I want to
take
get
your
back to
time.
that, to
Hmm.
those relationships. Like I was thinking the other day about like really bartering, right? And so
Yeah.
we're gonna eventually need to be like bartering, right?
Yeah.
Even right now, I'm not saying for like, oh my God, it's a desperate need, no food, like but we really should, even as creatives, like what was that back in the day? TFP, trade for pictures, trade for
Oh,
pictures.
yeah. Test report.
Yeah,
Test
test
report
report or
for the
whatever, where
photography.
you
Yeah.
would show up and take pictures, and then that y'all were
Hmm.
good and whatever. Like, I feel that we need to get back to that, like, big time. No, not just pictures, but just like
Just in general, yeah,
just in
bartering.
general. Like, I'm
Mhm.
so tired of people like trying to be. Oh, I used to say his name. We're not gonna say his name no more. Spike Lee, trying to be Spike Lee, and
Mhm.
like trying to get next to Spike Lee and not realizing like Spike Lee was you once. He was
Yeah.
right exactly where you
Yeah.
were. And then he connected with people. I actually love how Spike Lee did, went to Morehouse, connected with all these people.
Mhm.
Martin Lawrence, Tashina Arnold, all these
Mhm.
people back then before they were like famous and
Mhm.
like build. They
Yeah.
build from the ground up. Whether he was like, yo, I'm a director, you're an actress, you're a videographer, let's put this together.
Yeah.
I'm not
But
it's
the
not
problem is
about
everybody want to do everything.
everybody want to do everything.
Everybody want
Everybody
to.
want to get paid right now. You got to make
Yeah, and it has to be the
you're
most amount.
charging $5,000 for a photo shoot because
Mhm.
why?
Yeah,
Why? And
yeah.
when you can build slowly and build something that's going to last.
But see,
And
I mean,
now,
we're just in a capitalist
yeah,
society right now, and I'm to be honest with you, yeah, everybody need to make a buck,
we
cause
do.
cause
But
shit is
we
high.
can
But I
do
do
that
understand.
together when it
Yeah,
comes to that type
because
of partnership and relationship and community. Like we
yeah,
should be able to build that together, just like the black
like it used
community,
to be. Well,
honestly.
that's what Issa Rae was saying. She was like, everybody's so busy, like reaching up instead of like
Exactly.
reaching across. Um, but the problem is in reaching across. Now we're dealing with like competitive energy, or you dealing with somebody who figured out how to do the thing that you do. So then they like, I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna do that thing, or I'm gonna throw this party. I'm gonna do like instead of everybody being in their respective spaces and what their expertise is in and what comes
hmm
natural, everybody touching everybody else's lane. So then you fall into, well, hell, I don't need no help. I can do it all by myself. And so then you don't really have community. And that's my problem. Like I could do all this shit myself. I could take my own photos. I can,
Same, but do I want
yeah,
to? Do you
but
want to?
why not invite everybody to show their style and showcase what they
Yeah,
can do in their
that shit is
vibes?
exhausting.
What? And that's why I said I could never.
That's
I've
why y'all
seen
haven't seen Baby.
my them content creation videos. Kudos to them, even though they're the same as the next person sometimes. But kudos to y'all because it still take a lot to do. It take a lot to
Effort.
do little videos I be doing putting together. To me, it's probably
Absolutely.
nothing.
I be tired, hot, the light
Yeah, how
shining.
the hell?
Gotta
God
do the
damn.
same shit over and over. Yo, one day I'm gonna post. I'm gonna post like the me doing a video and like
Yeah.
that shit gonna be hilarious. Y'all gonna see. I said it'd be like something wrong.
He's like,
My my
I don't
my
like
my
that. I
flap
don't
up,
like
so
that
now I
one.
gotta do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I feel like that's what we lean into as a society, even though we're not seeing it online. It's definitely felt offline. Being here where we are,
Mhm.
um, it's nothing like I thought it was gonna be.
Mhm.
Like it's the complete opposite
Mhm.
of what I assumed these people was gonna be on once
Mhm.
old boy got in his position.
Mhm.
And it hasn't been that. And I think
Mhm.
that energy alone has made me want to like be a little bit more in the community now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not having these expectations of how people are going to be, just kind of existing. And then once that started happening, it's like I'm walking down the street saying hey to everybody. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I like that energy. And I feel like we're all just getting to that point of wanting to connect a little bit more and be real people because if you're not, and what I noticed, if you're not, then you never come outside because you're
Yeah.
so busy trying to make sure that you uphold the image instead of like just being. And I don't want that to be my case. I can come outside. I just, I'll be tired as hell, but I
Yeah.
can connect with more people. And I do also want people to connect with like who I really am. I think people also have like this false idea like I'm like being deep all the fucking time. That's not it. It's not giving that all the
That's
like
why I said, let me. They gotta see who I and like people who I'm in front of, like
yeah,
people in the
yeah.
market, like they know I'm silly as fuck. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I be dancing all the time. I be,
But see,
whatever.
that
But
sometimes that energy that doesn't translate
translate
well
online. Yeah.
online, and so that's I'm just like it's so much energy to just put it together instead of just being. So I want to utilize, especially Cancer season. Like this is a season where we're supposed to like kind of like
Hi, Eric.
I
on
can't.
the on the on the
Oh,
live.
girl, I don't know how this thing work, but
Did
I'm
you
like.
think it was Kingston?
And the animal that hit it, that dropped in or something.
Oh,
I'm looking.
Halo. Yo, that's why I said, who was she turning around to? But I did wave instead. Yo. Oh, shit.
Listen, I don't be on this live, babe.
She
Thank
said,
you. Um,
thank you,
but yeah,
Eric.
I can't wait I can't wait to see what you do with this platform. I'm excited.
Me too. Me
I
too.
hope that you get past the next interview.
No, you know what? I got about 5 more weeks of people. No, sorry, 3 more weeks of people lined up. But like, I've been talking to people and they wanted to like be a part of it, which I'm really
Yeah.
excited about. See, I'm excited
Yeah.
about that. I don't even care about like the outcome and like, I don't
Yeah.
need it to go viral as long as I can change one person's like not lives, but like to be inspired by something. Like
Yeah,
that's it.
and be real. Listen, it ain't
Shout out
always
to
about
Joy. Shout out to Joy. Yes.
and it's not always about doing it for people,
Yeah.
right? It's okay to do it because you feel like doing it. You feel
Yeah.
like doing this. You feel like this is how you want to use your platform and connect with people. And I think it's important to connect in a way that's not structured
Hmm.
because that's what I kind of get annoyed with in the spaces of like watching some of these things. It's like, oh, it's just so like everybody's prepared. Like nobody can just like let their hair down and just be.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's why I'm excited to see how you move in this platform because I know that the conversations are just gonna flow.
Yeah.
So I'm
Thank you.
excited.
I have one more
And
thing. How
okay,
was it being actually two more things. You have your card, your deck on you, around you?
yeah, actually,
I want to pull at the end we can both pull one. And but
actually put two decks together. So
I'm cool. And then your mom.
what's up with my mama?
You're a mom. How did that change your artistry? How did that change like you as an artist?
I'm still lost on that question. Like, I I don't know. I don't. It's crazy because I feel like I don't know what I felt before being a mom. Like, I don't
Mm,
remember that person.
mm.
So, and honestly, to be fair, when I started in the digital space, Kingston was already here. Yeah,
Yeah,
Kingston was
definitely,
already here.
definitely. Mm.
And so he kind of
Brought that
naturally
with
did.
him.
So I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know if it changed my art or just basically gave me more inspiration to move forward in without me like consciously knowing. But
yeah.
I don't know how to answer that question. I've gotten like somebody asked me about that, how motherhood has been involved in my creativity, and I don't think I've gotten there yet.
Mhm, mhm.
I don't know if I've gotten there yet. I'm starting to like unfold my family to the world.
Right. Oh, you know what? And it's weird on my end because I know you,
Yeah.
and so I'm like, this is a whole nother online world. So I'm like,
Yeah. I don't know. Something in me is like, okay, in order to be your most authentic self, like start with your foundation. Share why you're into art, why you're into
mhm,
jazz, why you're into food. Or share those things because that's what I would like to know more about other people. Like
exactly.
y'all just showing me these great setups and this like where does the story start? Like how can I grow with you from this point
Mhm.
if I'm just seeing you at your greatest position in life? Like let's get back to like us remembering our core and our inner person, our inner
Mhm.
children, to
Mhm.
share that part because I think that's a lot more inspiring, more so now than being the person that's all put together without the story.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm feeling. So I don't know, like
It's
I don't
still
know,
unfolding.
yeah. I just want to be able to exist out loud and whatever that looks
Right.
like. I'm gonna put it out there if I want to.
That's one of the reasons also why my page has like 395 posts or some shit like that because I want it to be like I want y'all to see like the evolution. Like I want it to be from like when I started to what I'm becoming and just again the journey and the different phases and like I'm very very intentional about a lot of everything that I
Yeah.
do. Everything.
I
There's
think
nothing
that,
that I do that's not intentional.
and it shouldn't be. I think I was moving very unintentionally up into this,
Mm-mm.
and I'm still like just now trying to get into the group. Like I'm just starting the group of being intentional.
Intentionality.
Yeah, so this is new terrain because you know me, I just be doing stuff because I can.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't, I'm not, and I should be sometimes, but I'm not always looking for like the big payout. Like I'm not always looking for like the famous part of the moment.
Right.
People knew how many people I knew or
Right.
could like reach.
Connect with and yeah.
Yeah, it's not about that for me. It's like I just really want to do my thing, and however that like makes you feel, and I hope it makes you feel good. Then that works for me. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then the stuff that comes from it, yes, I would love to make money and things of that nature, but not where that's like the only thing I get from creating in this space. Like
Yeah, because then you get there and then what?
you have all
How
the money,
many
you still got to be
billionaires,
responsible.
millionaires, you get
Hmm.
there and then what?
Yeah, bored as hell.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited about this next phase. I don't know what the hell it looks like. I know that first and foremost,
Same.
I need to organize this house. And I think that's where I'm at. It's like not so much of like I feel like so my homeboy Tobias, I remember he spoke to some kids at A&T. It was like an all boys school that came to the college. And I remember him saying like your your Instagram, especially at this time, it was unheard of to say, should be your resume.
Mm,
When I go here, I should be able to look and see just enough to kind of know who I'm talking to, who you are, and like just show up how you
mm-hmm,
show up online, or even if it's about becoming,
mm-hmm,
add that into the mix, but just treat it like a resume, and that's where
mm-hmm,
I've been like moving forward now is because I'm trying to pivot this into food. I
Mhm.
already had these ideas of how that looks and, dinner at the museum and things of that nature. So it was already going to make sense. But now it's like, oh, immerse yourself in it and be very intentional. Really lean into it. So instead of me just posting food that I cooked that looks so great,
Mhm.
start sharing some recipes. Start sharing ways of cooking it. Do it your way. It don't look like everybody else. But,
Mhm.
just start moving into that space and don't worry about why this person followed you or where this
Right.
audience came from initially. Just move, just pivot how you need to pivot. You can't let, and that's another thing about social media. People let social media like
Dictate.
dictate who they show up as, and so you come on being a comedian person and everybody expects you to make them laugh. The moment
Be
that you want to
funny
be
all the time.
serious, yeah, the moment you want to be serious and you pivoting, they like, nah, what the joke said. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't even pivot, and then now you in your head like, oh, now I gotta do something that they're used to
You know
instead
who
of
I
allowing
feel
yourself
like
to
that as
lean.
an artist? October London.
I'm not really familiar with him.
I love him, but when he came out, he has this like Marvin Gaye sound. He like wore
Mhm.
like a Marvin Gaye hat and like Marvin Gaye, Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, the songs are like,
But
yeah,
now it's like he has to be in this like that's what people expect of him, that
Mhm.
sound, that Marvin Gaye, and it's like
You
he
feel like
can't
it's a
even be his
costume.
own artist. Like,
Well, I mean, I think, but to be fair, when you're dealing with the industry and what they want you to be packaged as, you kind of
yeah,
you move into it and you do what it takes because this is your bread and butter right now.
yeah.
And I feel like he's very intentional on the Marvin Gaye sound. It was another song, I think it was from Donny Hathaway. I just heard, and I was like, oh, that was he used one of those samples in the song.
Mm.
So there's a big intention around like how he's being delivered based on his song sound. I know that for sure. But I ain't really too familiar with him outside of like the couple songs, to be honest with you. I don't see him. But I think that was my turn off was the song that I think that got really popular. But I'm so big on like the real song.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like it does feel like just oh that was easy for you to like just kind of remix. But he made a great song, but
It's great. I'm not saying
yeah.
he's a great artist, but like what you were saying is that people they pigeonhole you, right? And so now they're
Hmm.
expecting this of you, and so it's like when you do something different,
Hmm.
it may not like.
Connect with what they wanted to connect with or what they assumed you were supposed to be connecting with.
So
I
now
I
you
felt
either
the
got to
same way
come out
about
with
the song.
a new image or a new thing to do to get in
Yeah.
that, and then you're just in a on a treadmill,
Mhm.
a hamster on a treadmill.
And then when that doesn't work and you try to move on, now you stayed in this too long. So now the
Yeah.
transition doesn't become easy. You know what I'm saying? Like you stayed in it too long. You were supposed to
Hmm.
pivot at that time. Like that's but people don't get that because people let their audience and all that stuff dictate how they supposed to move. If I ain't doing art tomorrow, I don't give a fuck. Who cares about it? You're like,
Yeah.
ain't nothing you gonna tell me, nothing you gonna say to inspire me, or
Yeah.
nothing. It's just time to move to the next thing, and that's okay for me. I'm 100% cool with moving into the next. I get excited
Hmm.
to the next thing because I'm excited to always learn and to be curious about things. For a long time, I stopped being curious,
Hmm.
but I don't know if I
Hmm.
don't have the brain room, the bandwidth to be curious right now. But
Yeah.
yeah, I have stopped being curious. I stopped researching. I stopped like learning. I noticed that when like real, he's gonna always have the new thing, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
got space to even think about nothing new to think about.
Yeah. Yeah. But ooh, that's gonna be a good conversation one day. Burnout.
Mm. And it's not even burnout to where for me, I think it's the motherhood,
Mm.
like the constant adjusting of schedules. So like right
Hmm.
now, you get adjusted to one schedule and you get used to that, and then summer come, and then you got to get used to that, and then summer. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's never like you have the time to like really move into a thought.
Yeah.
And so that's I think that's where I'm at right now. But what I'm doing in this season though is making sure that I'm not putting the pressure on not being able to think
Mm,
or not being able to like
to show up or do
me and mom
whatever.
won't like because this is where I'm at right now. So this is what you have to do. You have to worry about your son. You have to make sure that he's accommodated,
Yeah.
busy,
Yeah.
moving, and you have to find the beauty in that. So the beauty for me is that keeps you up, that keeps you moving, that keeps your brain working to where you can possibly get back to the
Mm-hmm.
thing and opening that channel. But right now I think it's the season for me to be in my house. I think it might be the season for everybody to
For
be in
everybody to be in the house.
like
No
bullshit.
bullshit. Save your money. Save your
Listen,
coins.
sit down, organize the house, revamp the bathroom that you always wanted to do.
Go
Talking
run
to
around the
myself,
block. If you got a
and
membership at the gym,
exercise,
go.
stay close to home because it's
Drink
a
your
blessing.
water.
Oh, because listen, there's too much going on and it's too hot. It's just too hot. Like,
It's supposed to be 100 fucking degrees here tomorrow. I said,
too hot.
what?
Nope. Nope.
Oh, 100 what?
Mm-mm. No, ma'am. Not in New York. I mean, it's
I,
nasty here, but like that heat in New York, and then like the hustle and bustle.
I'm not hustling shit. I'm gonna be in my bed.
Yeah, it's time for everybody to kind of like bring it in, relax,
Yeah,
and just kind of reconnect with self, and then kind of go back out. But I think it's very important for us all to kind of like
slow
interact
down,
with
slow
us. Yeah,
down,
slow down. Like,
slow down. Raise
ain't
your
shit going on.
energy.
'Cause y'all making me tired. I
Yes.
mean, damn, you got 20 events in 1 week, baby. I am tired for you, okay? Golly. Ain't the party in the world. But to each their own. It's exciting to watch some of my friends actually like be out here doing their thing. So not for nothing, I love it. But I'm still exhausted, like just watching it. But I'm just at a different place in my life that
Yeah, and it's no
I'm
shade
like,
to
oh,
anything. No shade. This is all real shit that we think
yeah.
about as artists, as people. You don't even have to be
Mhm.
an artist, but as a human being and what we feel and what we're going through collectively. So
Mhm.
it's I'm talking about myself too. I need to sit my
Yeah,
ass down.
listen, because she is not perfect, baby. She is unorganized and trying to figure this shit
Okay, okay.
out.
All right. So I wanted to close out. Queen Loany has created these affirmation cards.
Oh, you got yours. So cute.
Yeah, so I wanted to you pull a card and I'll pull a
Okay.
card and see what we have for the collective ending tonight.
Okay.
And we'll do this again. So I'm doing this every other week. So this is the 22nd, July 6th, I believe is the
I think
next
it is
date.
July 6th. Yeah.
Should I tell the guests now or should I like wait?
I think you should wait. You
Yeah, I
know,
think so too. I think so too. Oh,
she
it's not.
deserves her moment because she's that girl.
She
Okay.
is that girl. All right, so yeah, and then so we're gonna pull this card. These cards close out. Thank you for everybody who came, who was in here. I forgot to do questions. If you guys have a question, put it in the
Listen,
comment
you
section. While
learn
we're
as you go.
yeah, learn as we go. So if you have any questions, put it in the comments. We could try to answer. But right now, we're just gonna pull a card each to see what we have for the collective.
Alrighty.
Let's go. I give gratitude.
Uh,
Pull this
Two
card.
cards shoot out at me.
Collective. You got two?
Yes.
All right,
That's
let me
about
collective. What is the collective message?
damn crazy.
That you want us to know. Ooh, all right. All right. You want to go first?
How many you got? One?
I got one.
Okay. Two shot out at me, so I have to honor that. First one, I am meant to do big things and I embrace that.
Bitch. Bitch. Are you serious? Yo.
That's crazy.
Yo.
That's crazy. I love that. Okay.
Okay.
We'll take it.
We'll take that's the message, y'all.
All right. And
No, 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 go ahead.
I do not need any external help to feel powerful. I am valuable. So we talked about.
Okay.
It's crazy that we pulled the same card.
No, listen, listen, hold on. That card, the
Which
the
one?
second one that you pulled,
Uh huh.
was sitting because I have your cards on my boveda, so it was sitting on my boveda. That was the last card. Like I normally keep the last card that I use like
Yeah,
flipped
turned
up, so
over.
I
Yeah,
that was the last card that was flipped up.
that's crazy. Well, to reaffirm,
Y'all,
that's crazy.
I'm gonna post these too. That's all right.
I love
That's
that.
it. I love you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
This was great. I'm gonna repost this so you guys can catch it if you didn't catch it, or if you wanna just replay it, you can. Hopefully it lets me save it. But yeah, thank you. I love you.
Love you.
Later.
Bye.
Peace.